All right, you're listening to On Deck, presented by Amazing Med Zone. I'm your boy Phil from Shirley with my boys today, Drew Minotti 82, and we got a special guest, Vintage Mets. It's a pleasure to have you on, brother. What's going on?
All good, boys. Nice to be on with you guys. I love what y'all doing, and we talking about topics that I'm interested in, and I'm really excited to talk about. Shout out to
So we
Drew.
got we got
Shout
All
out to
Star
Shirley.
Week this week. We got All Star Week this week, and we were talking about it. We wanted to talk about some jerseys and just the history of MLB. What are our favorite jerseys? I'll start. Obviously, they only started doing these jerseys where you're wearing it during the game in 2021. Before that, it was just the Derby and the warm up jerseys. So we'll be bringing those up too. My first jersey that I want to go at in 2013, the home run derby jerseys for the New York Mets, basically the All Star game at Citi Field, just the orange and blue. I gotta have that on my list. I couldn't have a list without putting my Mets on that list. So I got to keep it number five.
Yeah, man. That is, I feel you. It was a fun jersey, especially for us Mets fans. Um, my number five is 2011 Arizona Diamondbacks. That heavy Diamondback logo with like the eye, that the star that had the baby blue in it. Just a little touch. They said that the caps had the first letter of the league on it, like the N and the A. It was the first time we did that since 2009 at Yankee Stadium. Just something about those Arizona Diamondback colors I love. Like you said, it was just for the Derby, but at the same time, those jerseys were tight. I always like the Arizona colors. That Sedona red always pops. So 2011 Arizona Diamondbacks, my number five.
All right,
Go ahead.
so my number five is the 2014 All Star jerseys from Minnesota. They look
Nice.
like the Olympic kind of colors. It's like a navy-ish, a goldish, and a reddish.
Mm-hmm.
American had the red, and National League had the navy. I really like that jersey just because it reminds me of like the Olympic sixes and like those colors of the Olympic teams that I grew up watching.
My number four, it's kind of funny because I love the American version of this jersey, but I hated the National League version of this jersey, and that's the 1998 Colorado Rockies All Star game at Coors Field. Just the American All Star game, the All Star jersey with the black, the little purple on it. The
Mm.
National League one was green. I
I
remember
like
with
the
the
National League one.
yeah, see the National League one to me, I was like, where are they even getting this green from? And it was all over the place. I was always that black and purple. I loved it. So the
Uh,
American League jersey to me, that's number four for me.
Yeah, I remember McGuire wearing it. I always thought that jersey was so tight. Mine is actually a newer jersey, the 2022 LA Dodgers jersey, just because it kind of went back to like the usual jerseys, but they just put like the little hints of gold and black in it. Right? They said the gold for like Hollywood. Um, and it just was like kind of like a compromise because I know a lot of people want that old look of the everyone wearing their jerseys, but just a different color. Now this year's, I mean, I wasn't really a big fan of this year's, and the last couple of years have been like a little off. But 2022, they kind of did like a mix of like everyone wears their jersey, but just in that gold and black. I thought it was really clean. It's one of those jerseys I feel like you can wear, and it looks like just like a cool jersey that from your home team. So 2022 LA is my number four.
my number four is I wrote the 2002 Milwaukee jerseys.
Mm.
One is like a goldish. I think National League is the goldish, and the American League is like a darker navy.
Yep.
I really like these jerseys because in the American, on the front, they're written in like a cursive, and at the end of each, like American, at the end of the N and at the end of the L, there's like a swoosh. Sort of like I don't even have the hat on, but sort of like the 93 Mets logo swoosh, the tail
Mhm.
swoop. I like that jersey a lot. The National League and American League from the 2002 Milwaukee All Star game.
I,
Uh,
I almost had that one on my list too. It was
I
so
like the
close.
National League more. I like that gold.
Mhm. For me, number three, the 2023 All Star game in Seattle, that teal. that teal jersey, the American League teal jersey, I just loved it. I don't know, something about that color, like that Seattle Mariners color, even with that old school Florida Marlins like color, that teal, like you rarely see that on jerseys. It's a rare color, and I just love that always. So for number three, that's my number three.
Nice.
It's funny you said that because my number three is 2001 Seattle, and I like that Seattle color with like the Mariners, that nautical rose that comes up with like I just feel like having those colors in a jersey are dope. Like you said, I got a jersey from 2023 last year. That teal is so nice. I always love those Mariners colors. I just feel like they pop so nice. But 2001, just they had like more of that Seattle look. So yeah, my number three is Seattle as well, but 2001.
Nice. I'm going to 2012 for my number three, and this one is in Kansas City.
Yeah.
We have for the American League is like a sky blue and white, and for the National League was like a royal blue and white. These colors really some of the best colors. It's number three on my list, but some of the best colors to me on some All-Star game jerseys. Just the colors itself. When y'all put that graphic up, it's gonna be really nice. It's really like the on deck blue, actually.
Yeah.
It looks kind of
Yep.
like that kind of colorway without the gold, yellow, red.
My number two, jumping over to 2022, the All Star game in LA. I know Drew had had it on his list already too. I just feel like the gold in there, like you were saying, how it just resembled Hollywood. Like there were so many just nice things about it. I feel like it was by far the best jersey that we've seen, over the last couple of years where the guys are wearing it. I'm all for the guys wearing their own jerseys. Like I'm all about that. In every All Star game, I feel like that was one of the things I loved, especially in the NBA. I know to change a little subject, but I feel like in MLB it could easily be done. So I feel like I'd love to see these guys wearing their regular jerseys. But
Yeah.
2020, not too.
So Marcus Stroman say something about how he should be designing the jerseys because they weren't that nice this year. But my number two is actually Pittsburgh 2006. That bright yellow with the red and black. I just feel like I love Pittsburgh's colors. I can't find it. I have a David Wright jersey with the yellow and those like Pittsburgh cut, like those Pittsburgh letters in the front. I always like that, how like they made the logos like, the National American Leagues, just like the logo for like the team, but it says National League and American League. Something about those Pittsburgh jerseys were so dope. I just really like that bright yellow. Like you said, they only wore them in the Derby, but still they were dope. And they were like the batting practice jerseys too, like with the 3 buttons. I thought those were official.
My number two is the 2013 New York Mets inspired All-Star jerseys. Drew has the orange kind of jersey. I love the skyline. Like I love the orange and blue. Yeah, I'm being a little biased with this pick. The orange and blue, of course, but I love the skyline. The city skyline holds a place in my heart. And, who would I be if not vintage Mets, but to have the Mets All-Star jersey on this list?
Love it. Love it. I'm surprised not the one. I thought it was definitely. I knew it would be
So
on every
a little curveball there for the people, so they
Love
can
it.
stay
Love
to
it.
the end of this and see what we choosing.
My number one, going right off of what Drew had at his number two, that '06 Pittsburgh jersey. I don't know if it was just because the Mets had such a great All-Star game, with sending Beltran, Delgado, David Wright, Paul Duca, I believe Reyes as well, all five, and doing well in the All-Star game too. And that was just our year. I think back to it. I don't know if it's just '06 is burned in my head where I love those jerseys, but the black and yellow too, like you said, with the red on the side. I love that jersey. For me, that's got to be number one. And like I said, I don't know if it's just because the Mets dominated in '06. I don't know if that's what it is.
Yeah, I remember that picture of everyone, like you said, Beltran, Reyes, Duca, Delgado, Wright. It was a dope picture. Like you said, I think that was like the most guys we had in a while in 2006. My number one, I'm a homer. All right, 2013 Mets. All right, skyline, the bridge. You can see like the bridge on the bottom. All right, like down the bottom is so dope. I mean, the hats were dope too, with the white on the front and the panel, like the crown, and the blue and the orange, and then like the N on the front that looked like a Mets N with that, and the AL with the A. It was so dope. It was just so cool to see. Obviously, like we said, we're all homers. It wasn't a surprise for me. I'm very curious to see what Vintage has for number one now. But yeah, my number one's 2013 Mets for sure.
All right. So with my number one pick for the best All-Star jerseys on the On Deck podcast is the 2022 All-Star jerseys from Los Angeles, where it's like a charcoal and gold for the American League, but they're wearing their name, wearing their teams on the front, just in a different colorway. And then the National League is white and gold. And I just love the Mets logo in a gold stitching. White and gold just feel like uh like royalty in a way. So I'm
Yeah.
really loving that jersey. I don't have it and I probably won't get it, but it's my I feel like it's the best looking one.
Love it.
It-
Love it. I feel like we all had very similar lists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was that occasional jersey in there. But yo, Vintage, thanks for coming on.
Appreciate
Everybody,
that.
thanks for listening. Shout out everybody, just all the love, and we'll be back.
Let's go Mets.
Let's go, Mets.